Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, a sniffly Christina.
And I, in continuing our trend with Remedy Games...
Alan Wake 2.
No. I played Max Payne. Not Remedy's first game, but one of their earliest games.
Yes, you were very excited to tell me that it was not their first game.
No, yeah, Death Rally, I think, is their first game. It's been there for a hot second. Is there a dog losing his mind out there?
Phil got home, so.
Got it, neighbor dogs.
3 neighbor dogs. They're all little Shih Tzus, and they just run the little fence line.
Yeah, and they're oof-woofing with our dog back there.
Yes, so.
So anyway, yeah, this is, gosh, I'm feel like a jerk. What's the actor's name that passed away?
Jim McCaffrey?
Yeah, I believe it's Jim McCaffrey, but we're going to triple check.
Max Payne. James McCaffrey.
James McCaffrey.
I knew it was Jim or James.
Passed away last year. He at least got to see how freaking well he was battling with cancer.
Is that what it was? I never looked it up.
Yeah, he was battling with cancer for a while. He got to at least see how well Alan Wake 2 was received. So
he did so good.
He did so good.
So
Casey. I don't know if it was his first voice acting role, but Max Payne was his first Remedy voice acting role.
Well, now I'm going to go to I'm a Douchebag.
That is I wanted to kind of show her earlier works because she liked Alan Wake 2 so much. Go watch the review if you want to.
Go listen.
I guess it is listen. Yeah, go listen to the review while you're doing your thing.
We talk for like 45 minutes. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he's done a lot of stuff. How do I get to the very beginning?
Oh, I don't know. I would think it's at the bottom, generally.
Max Payne is in there. That looks like probably one of his first video games. TV movie, TV series. He was on Sex and the City for 2 episodes, and then Max Payne. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was his career with them, and he's had a long, rich career with Remedy Games.
And 11 episodes on As the World Turns.
Hey.
Like the cleaning of a house, it never ends. That's the Simpsons. Okay.
So anyway.
We are all over the place on this one.
So you play as Max Payne, an undercover narcotics officer tasked with bringing down a drug called Valkyrie. I put Valkyrie in my notes, but it's based off the Valkyries from the Norse mythology.
Norse. You said North.
Oh. Well, I meant Norse.
We're both very sick.
After being framed for murder, how far down the rabbit hole will Max go to prove his innocence and get the answers he is looking for? I left a lot of context out of there. But
you did, because his wife and child get murdered.
Early on.
Yeah. I missed a couple of the first beats. Is he framed for it, or he's just trying to figure out who was behind it?
He's framed for the murder.
Okay.
Like, he knew he was framed initially. Like,
okay. He was framed for their murder, and then he's trying to figure out who did it, and then is just getting framed along the way.
Yeah, and he's tracking the drug down because the addicts were hopped up on this drug, so he joined the narcotics task force to bring them down. Hunt it down and take care of it. So, Max Payne was released on PC in 2001.
Yes.
And then PlayStation 2, Xbox, and all the other consoles in 2002.
Okay.
So, finding reviews were tough, I hear.
Finding reviews was very difficult. Metacritic, I did the PC version even though we played on PS5. Whatever. 89 from critics and a 9.0 from users for the PC version.
Okay.
There's like 52 reviews listed, and all of them but one that I clicked on sent me to a 404 not found, because this is a 23-year-old game at this point.
Yeah, so they're not keeping the web pages up anymore.
No. So for the positive, I found Game Over Online. No idea, but that's what we're going with. It was one of the only ones I could click on.
Good.
First of all, The slowed down time effect of the Matrix is duplicated. It's called bullet time in the game, and what happens when you use it is everything slows down, and you can perform actions in slow motion. It's powered by your adrenaline gauge, which fills up as you run around and kill people and is used up for bullet time. To give an example of bullet time action, you can approach a doorway, jump with the bullet time modifier, and time slows down as Max Payne flies into the room, giving you the chance to look sideways and fire off a few shots as he rolls over and crouches ready for the next shot. It's difficult to describe this mode of play, but all I can say is it's incredibly cool and it's absolutely amazing and invaluable. Nothing quite like jumping into a room while spraying gunfire in a circle. Some people may argue it's unrealistic, but come on, this is an action game, not a sim, and that is an absolutely wicked invention that I'm sure many games will try to duplicate now.
And bullet time is Matrix kind of it was around I was going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
it was like an old John Woo movie or something that had it in there, but
the Matrix was the big one.
Matrix was the big one, and they put it into a game, and Max Payne was the front runner of that, and it has been all over the place.
All over the place.
I believe you have some negatives for us.
Yeah, so I was going to try to go with their negative at this one, but their negative was kind of like a funny, like, there's some issues. It is way too short. Like, it is way too damn short. We're talking 7 to 8 hours of hardcore playing time or 12 to 15 hours of normal playing time. So, for negatives, I just am scrolling to the bottom of the Metacritic and picking the two bottom ones with the little blurb. So Just RPG gave it a 70 and said, a spectacular experience, not an intellectual one. Do not search for subtleties here or in-depth plots. This is not a game that will win awards for its storyline or richness of character. And then the other one is from GamePen. They gave it a 30.
Oh.
That said, in the style of PC gamers' David Manistique vocabulary, I don't know who that is, Max Payne is the most forgettable action game in history. I exaggerate, of course. It's only the most forgettable action game of the year.
Well, that was proven wrong.
Yes. I thought that was very funny. So, yeah, those are the two negative ones.
Max Payne has some fair criticisms then, and especially now as the game has not aged incredibly well.
It's better than GoldenEye.
Yes, GoldenEye did not age well at all.
Oh, gosh.
This game
so
was
bad.
still playable with some tweaking, and I'll go through all of that.
Playable and pretty watchable, too.
It's still pretty watchable?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little boring at the beginning because it took me a little bit to get in. Our dog's freaking out outside again. I think he was in our last podcast, too.
Yep.
So I lost a little bit of the plot at the beginning, and then once you finally got in, probably to like the third part of chapter 1, then I got a little more invested.
Yeah, you have to get through the subway and get through the initial...
Yes, the subway was kind of boring.
Did you like the bank heist is where you
I believe that was where I was like, oh, this is fun.
Okay. It kind of cuts you into it. It cuts you into the story a little bit more. The gameplay itself is just a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter. You collect a variety of different guns. There's a lot more than I remembered.
There were so many guns and weapons for you to choose from. You had, was it 6 different slots with like 4 underneath?
The Beretta, and then you can dual wield it. Then you have a Desert Eagle, a shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun. At the end of the game, you get something called the Jackhammer, which is an automatic shotgun. And then you get the Commando later in the game, the Ingrams,
grenades.
And then something else, and dual-wield Ingrams. And then you have a sniper rifle, Molotov cocktails, and grenades.
I'll say,
did you have a grenade launcher? And a grenade launcher at some point.
That grenade launcher was sweet.
Yes.
Like, the weapons are a lot of fun in this game.
And you really do need a lot of ammo.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys. You are mowing down mobsters and gangsters.
Trying to find painkillers was very frustrating, especially watching.
Yep. So, but like, there's hundreds of enemies each level.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Maybe not 100, but there's anywhere between 10 and 75 some levels, it feels like.
Especially in the last chapter, there were a lot. But I don't know when you want to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll go through. There's some light jumping puzzles and the bullet time.
Keep talking, I'm letting our dog in.
Motivational thing. Which, again, we already discussed was a first-time concept for it. where the gameplay and we'll cut to this middle section afterward. But so the game of it's a game of its time. It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's unforgiving. It doesn't have loading screens in a great spot. You load at the beginning of each chapter, and that's it.
If you die, you go back to that.
Yeah, you don't start just before. So modern gaming has spoiled us in a way. But I don't see some of those things as negatives. Starting right before the scene where you were at is infinitely better than going back to the beginning of a chapter half the time.
That's true.
Having the player having the choice to load back to that point is different than being forced to start at that point.
That's true. You also had an issue. Well, it wasn't an issue, but you made the comment of like, "Oh man, this is an old school game. It's unforgiving." So like, if you died, you started back at whatever health you were at before you died,
and whatever health packs you had.
Yep.
And whatever weapons and ammo
Yep.
you had. That's what you were at.
Yep.
So there were points. I redid a fight, I think 10 times. Were the 4 guys behind the wall yesterday?
That was probably a dozen times.
Yeah,
That's what we did on New Year's Eve, was we beat Max Payne.
Yeah.
Kind of stay up until midnight. It took us until
11:50.
11:50.
Yeah, but we did finish.
We did. That was fun.
So I got caught in a room, had to throw a grenade to kill guys. I finally got it, but it took me a dozen tries. It was really the game is unforgiving. The aiming isn't great.
No, the aiming's very difficult. You, until probably halfway through chapter 1, didn't realize that you could change the inverted aiming
And I was
controls.
used to the inverted, so I already reconfused myself going
Yep.
back. You can switch the controls to the D-pad, which when you're using the joystick, if you're not exactly precise, you'll shift to the left or right, which makes the platforming puzzles very difficult.
Yeah, if you have to walk along a plank of any kind, yeah, change it to the D-pad. And I
So-
did ask you initially, I was like, can you just use the D-pad? And you're like, no, that controls my weapons.
And then, yes, there is a schematic where you can use the D-pad, which helped get me through those sections, but it didn't make it easy.
No, it was nice that it let you, like, change right before you did that. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you have to start over.
Yeah.
You could just do it then and there, and then when you got through it, change it back to the configuration that you knew.
Yeah, so again, the platforming's clunky. It's a game of its time, and I don't think that was the main focus of the game.
No.
And it was put in there for more story points most of the time, but it didn't resonate with me the way I had a really, really rose-colored glasses of this game, and it's still pretty darn good. But I can see the flaws now as I'm older. As I've gotten so many new shooters and different games over the years that I'm just like, oh, I see why they're so good doing
Well, and
it this
especially
year.
kind of going from, like, Max Payne, and now you've played, like, Control, which is, like, modern-day Remedy. Like,
Yeah.
seeing where they started and where they've come, it's like, oh, yeah.
Control still makes you start at checkpoints.
Does it really?
But your health is full,
Okay.
and you kind of restart from that point. But yeah, you have to hit those checkpoints.
Okay.
But yes, otherwise, they've mastered some things over the years, and this is the point that I wanted to jump into next. This is an early Remedy game. You could see
You can see the weirdness
in
in glimpses.
They had little pictures of live action television. They weren't the actual TV shows, but they were images that would change, like 3 or 4 images on the TV as they would tell
with,
a
like,
story.
People doing dialogue or people telling a story that were, like, a little weird.
So you'd either,
Well, out
every
there.
time it would clip over to, the TV shows wouldn't most of the time, but every time you listen to the radio, it would clip over into like a comic book strip or a graphic novel.
Yeah, graphic novel. We could talk about the tripping scenes as well.
Yeah,
Those
well-
are when the Remedy weirdness really kicks in.
Yeah, so we'll go to that in a minute, but I wanted to
Okay.
say, so the story is told through a graphic novel thing, so most of the talking is done in that way.
Yeah, they're all still shots.
And like the people dying have like 4 death sounds, 5 maybe.
The same guy does all the death sounds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's funny if you kill 2 guys at once because it's an like there's
Yeah.
no difference.
It's
It's
pretty
very
funny.
dated.
Hey, yeah.
There's a lot of them. But, I mean, they didn't have budgets like they do now.
No,
Or the technology either.
Yeah, so Max Payne was very well done. Overall, I really like the game still. I think the story isn't timeless. It's definitely a story of the time. They mentioned Y2K.
Yeah, that was
If
really
anyone's
funny.
younger, like you have some stuff like that there. So I'm really excited for the remaster to see what they do.
I thought it was a remake.
Oh, they might be doing a remake.
I think it's a remake.
Oh, remake. Yeah, because this one we played was a remaster.
Max Payne 1 and 2 remake.
That's cool, because they'll probably bring it to a modern day, and hopefully they'll touch 3 up again.
Hold on, here's a 4 days ago post on Reddit. Any news on the remakes?
No.
No news.
Well,
no
means
idea
they're
about
working
voicing.
on it.
They just started development.
I think they're probably making DLC for Alan Wake as well, so they'll probably have stuff going in that oven still. At least I hope so. I want to play more Alan Wake too.
We did do the New Game Plus. We don't need to talk about that here. This is about Max Payne.
Sam Lake is the likeness of Max Payne.
Yes.
So there's that weirdness. And there are some drug trips in there.
Yes.
You get injected with the drug you're trying to track people down with. Valkyr. And it's the Green Devil or something along that way.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's some weird, like, culty stuff in there. And then you get early signs of Max Payne. Like, so Max Payne will go to these trips and he remembers his wife and
baby's
murder. So he's trying to get through you have to go through your house, but then it's like a blood-stained, narrow walkway.
Yeah, maze that you have to, like, figure out which way to go to get to the end.
And you have to figure out based off the baby crying. It's very obnoxious.
Yeah, so the second one that we did, there's 3 levels to it, so you have to, like, fall to each new level, and you just looked at me and said, please just look it up.
Yeah, I didn't want... The first one we kind of made it through.
Yeah, that one wasn't hard. Well, it was hard, but figure it out,
it's hard controller-wise.
Yes.
It wasn't hard directional-wise.
Yeah, like puzzle-wise. It's not too difficult.
The second one,
yeah,
with the layers and levels, I'm like, I don't want to fall unless... You did not hear the scream of the baby if you fall off the map.
All you said to me was that if you die in this area, it is horrifying.
It's awful.
So I'm glad you didn't die.
It was horrifying. That scream was like the thing of my nightmares as a child. I hated it. I would mute that section and just play.
You were 16 playing this game.
Yeah, I was 16, and it was terrifying still.
Yes, the other one that I wanted to mention was the second trip that he goes on, where he, like, makes it through, and he's in the weird loop where the phone's ringing and he picks it up and, like, it's gibberish.
Oh, and it's fourth wall breaking.
And it's
almost.
like the fourth wall breaking of, like, feels like I'm a panel in a graphic novel, and then he does it again and it's like feels like I'm a character in a video game. I'm like, thanks,
that's the
Remedy.
worst thing I could think of.
Yes, thanks, Remedy.
And I did find the secret where the Remedy people are like, you're in the home stretch.
Yeah, thank you.
We really hope you like this game.
That was cute. I hope they keep that in there.
That was really good.
That was very cute.
So the question I wanted to ask you is, obviously the game of its time, what did you think of the story as a whole, though, once you got into it? Still pretty good?
Yeah, it's still pretty good. It's like your standard, like, cop framed for being corrupted and has to clear his name kind of story. Like, there's nothing super crazy about it, and then there's a drug ring involved. It didn't, and the mafia. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really stray too much from, like, your standard plot points that you'd find in anything.
Yeah, it didn't dip out too much.
Did you say Goodfellas vibe at one point?
I may have said that it just reminded me of a just
Scarface.
Scarface.
That's
There's
what you
scenes
said.
of like a Scarface.
Yeah, we were in like the manor towards the end.
Yeah, it gave me those vibes.
Yeah. So it was still very good. Nothing super crazy. Nothing like Alan Wake or Alan Wake 2 or Control. Like not that far out there.
So did you see a lot of the things that they've evolved over time in that game?
Yes.
I just love seeing, like, for me, my favorite thing is going back and seeing, like, the old TV stills, and then when you watch TV in Alan Wake or Control, it's just so good.
Yeah, so Max Payne, you get, like, the 3 little shots of, like, the characters talking on the TV, and in Alan Wake 2, you get live-action actors.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's so good.
Yeah.
So the next question for you I have is, in the remake, what do you want to see? What would you like them to do in the remake? I have some thoughts, but I want to hear what would you like to see them do for the remake?
I'd like to see them modernize it.
Yep, obviously.
And I'm very curious as to how or if they can really tie it in with... No, it's Quantum Break that they can't tie in for copyright issues.
Yeah, copyright issues there. They
how would they
reacquired the rights for
Max Payne
1
from Rockstar.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like if they bring it further into the crazy Remedy universe, or if they kind of keep it a little more on the outskirts because it was kind of like the base.
So my thought process is they could take that government thing that was there as an old FBC.
Like the startup of the FBC?
Yeah,
kind
early
of like
FBC.
The beginnings, like the beginnings of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, like how they were a corrupt government agency and then they broke off after that project, and that was the remnants of some of it. I also can see, because like the greater universe is just that drug is weird and trippy.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of it. So you could tie in some of the stuff. The FBC building is in New York. So even if they could make a reference of like going past it at some point.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Even small references would be nice. I don't think they need to fully tie him into a story weave like they have with Jesse Faden and and Alan Wake or anything like that, but it would be
if
fun.
They modernize it, they could.
The only other thing that would be very fun for me, and this is just more fan fiction than anything else, is that Alan Wake wrote Max Payne's story.
Oh, that's I've already. So I think when you played Control initially, and that scene has come up a lot on the internet since Alan Wake 2 came out, where Jesse's talking to her brother who's crazy, and he's talking about when he went to meet Mr. Door.
Yeah.
And he's like, in one universe, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop, and in another universe, that cop was real. I think when we were playing it, you were like, I bet that's Max Payne.
Yeah. It could
be, but then in the context of Alan Wake 2, it makes more sense that it's Saga Anderson.
And Casey. Alex Casey. But it could be Max Payne.
It could be Max Payne.
Which would be pretty cool, in my book.
Alan Wake's just a god. It's fine.
In a way, yeah, you can write realities. But I thought that would be really cool.
That would be very cool.
If that's what if for me, that would be the best way to tie it in, is that his story, because it's a horror story. In a way, it's a detective story because his early work were detective stories.
It's a detective story with like
horror
elements, like overarching.
The club is creepy.
Yes, that club was creepy.
When you Lucino, did I say his name wrong? Lupino.
Yeah, there's a lot of Italian names in this.
There's a lot of big Italian names from a Finnish company.
Yes.
So I guess my next question to you, and I might be getting a different answer than anything. So, what would you grade this game had you played it in 2001? And I know I'm asking this in a way because you would have been very young.
Yeah, in 2001, I would have been 11.
And your brothers would have probably played it.
Yeah, I probably would have watched
if they were PlayStation guys.
Yeah, we were not. Yes,
you were not. You were Nintendo guys. But let's say if you had seen this game back then, what do you think you would have given this game?
Probably a 9.
Okay. What do you give the game today?
I'd give it an 8.
Okay, that's fair. I ended my overall feeling with a 7.5 today.
Yeah, I don't know that I wanted to go that low because it was still good, but
I still love this game.
I know.
I cannot recommend this game enough. I realized that either I have lost my touch with games, or I think modern games have improved the formula so much that this is not going back to GoldenEye bad, but it's not.
Old school games are very unforgiving in that, like, you can't change the difficulty. Like, it's just you have to figure out the patterns of what you're trying to do. Like those 4 guys at the very end.
And that was the easy mode.
I know.
There's a hardcore mode.
I know. So and it's unforgiving in like a completely different way than like doing Nightmare Mode for Alan Wake 2. Like, it's just, games have come a long way in the last 2 decades.
The mode that I didn't show you is called a New York Minute.
Okay.
You have to beat every level in a minute.
Of course.
I think some of them might be slightly longer.
Okay.
But like,
there's like a timer in the top corner.
And you have to beat the level in that time frame.
Thanks, Remedy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, old school games, man. They had to give you reasons to keep replaying their game.
Yeah, that. Do I still have that one The Game Over Online. So they gave gameplay 50 out of 50, graphics 10 out of 10, sound 9 out of 10.
The graphics were good.
The graphics were good for a 2001 game. Mm-hmm. Sound 9 out of 10, story 9 out of 10, replayability 6 out of 10, and bugs 6 out of 10. Because this is the PC version.
Oh, yeah, they were probably worse than bugs back then.
Yeah.
This one, there weren't any... Oh, I had one bug. Remember, I jumped onto the roof and then
it just completely glitched, and then you tried to get out, and then it went to like the pause screen and was like circling the sky around you. It wasn't even circling Max Payne.
Yeah, so I had to reload.
Yeah, you don't have to go that far.
No, but that was the one glitch that I had. That one didn't bother me, though. I didn't care. I was like, whatever.
Don't you miss when you used to go and buy a game and it was just complete?
I do miss that a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Baldur's Gate 3 so much.
Because most of it was done.
And Alan Wake 2.
People did have issues with Alan Wake 2, but they weren't like... It wasn't like Cyberpunk coming out or anything like that.
The game was just good.
Yes. We also played it like a month after it came out, too, so...
I got it right away, didn't I? But we had to finish something first.
What did we play before this? Hold on.
I bought it on launch. I bought this
Sea of Stars.
I bought this over
Did we?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right. Withdrawn. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You finished Sea of Stars, and we got into Alan Wake.
Yeah, I had to finish Sea of Stars before Alan Wake 2. I'm sorry.
Alan Wake just took us a while because it was the holiday season.
That, and I think we were just savoring it.
We were savoring Alan Wake 2 a lot. I did everything.
Yeah, you did.
And then I went and platinumed it the next day.
And last weekend, I bought you a Night Springs hoodie, and then I bought myself a Cauldron Lake camp shirt.
So we're a little obsessed.
A little bit.
So our next game is Quantum Break.
Tight. We're going to go play that after this.
We're going to start that tonight. And then taking a break from Remedy for a little bit.
You want to play Jedi Survivor.
I also want to play Valhalla.
Oh, yeah, God of War.
God of War, and then Jedi Survivor. If there's time afterward, I want her to see Max Payne 2 at least before the remakes come out.
Yeah, I don't think the remakes are going to come out for at least 2 years, would be my guess.
So Final Fantasy VII comes out in 2-3 months.
February 28th
Next
or 29th.
month?
Yeah, literally the last day of February.
I don't have enough time to do all these games.
You probably have enough time we can play Quantum Break and we can do Valhalla, I think.
I bought Star Wars at half off, so I'm not overly worried about it.
No, I think we'll be able to start Jedi Survivor.
If I can get through it reasonably quick, if we're like, let's just do story. But Final Fantasy VII is going to be a long game for me.
Yeah, you over the weekend were like, I have a child now. It's not COVID. You platinumed remake because it was COVID. We were literally shut down.
Yeah,
that was the beginning stages of COVID. That and Resident Evil 2 remake.
I almost platinumed that game.
You did. If you do just story, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is 15 to 20 hours.
Ooh, well, maybe.
Standard playthrough is 25 to 35 hours.
Okay.
I think you can probably. I think we have enough time. How long is Quantum Break?
10 hours, I think.
10.
Yeah, so we'll just do Quantum Break and then we'll go to that.
Quantum Break is an incredible game that will hook you for its 10-hour duration and stay with you long after that.
Quantum Break was not well received when it came out, but time has shown it to be a favorable game.
I'll look at the Metacritic when it comes time to review. Yeah. I don't want to know anything beforehand.
Yes. So anyway, that's Max Payne. We are on a Remedy kick, and we're very excited to continue down this rabbit hole.
I want my t-shirt.
I can't wait for my hoodie. I'm very excited. So, yeah, I still highly recommend this game. I would have given this game a 9.5 as a kid, or 16-year-old kid at that point.
I would have watched Mike play the crap out of this game. I watched him play the crap out of GoldenEye, so.
Oh, it was good, yeah.
And him and Dave playing Nightfire.
There's even less blood in this one, technically, other than, the effect of blood. GoldenEye, I thought, had more blood splatter.
It's been a very long time since I played GoldenEye. I was not good at it. I just liked crawling through the vents in the bathroom.
I like that, too, and I like there's some hidden vents you could
I literally just crawled through vents. I would play multiplayer by myself and just climb through the vents.
That's pretty good.
But again, I was 9 playing it, and then basically only played Mario, so.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
We're at Gaming Marriage. gamingmarriage@gmail.com. I'm try to cut my wife off from being even more embarrassing of a little kid.
Whatever.
Nah, you're cool. You're cooler than I was.
No, I'm hiding in bathroom vents in GoldenEye.
That's
how I gamed back then.
That's so 006 wouldn't give her swirlies.
That's fair. Or Jaws. I think you can play as Jaws as one of the characters.
You could.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
We're all over the place.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Night.